All right, moving on. What's dropping hot this festive season when it comes to sneakers and footwear? There's a partnership between Foot Locker, Metro Brands and Nykaa Fashion. And my colleague Aishwarya Patil caught up with the three at the helm, the CEO and president of Foot Locker, Mary Dillon, Nissan Joseph, the CEO of Metro Brands, as well as Adwaita Nair, the CEO at Nykaa Fashion, to find out what's going on in the sneaker world. Take a look.
Well, your footwear collection is about to get a twist with this hot partnership this festive season between Foot Locker, Metro Brands as well as Nykaa Fashion. And to speak to us about their partnership this festive season, we have Mary Dillon, the CEO of Foot Locker, as well as Nissan Joseph, the CEO of Metro Brands, and Adwaita Nair, CEO of Nykaa Fashion. Well, I want to begin the interview first off with Mary. You have the first word. I would like to know, as you step into the Indian market with Foot Locker's first store, what brings you to India? What's so attractive, and why now?
We just celebrated the 50-year anniversary of Foot Locker, and as many of our brand partners participated with us to create one-of-a-kind shoes. So what I have on right now is the Nike TN Tuned Air that was developed specifically for Foot Locker as celebration. So it's black and white, which is our colors, plus gold, which celebrates the 50th. So I'm very thrilled to, and I love a lot of brands. I started out in the sneaker category as a runner, so that was more where I started. But now that I see that sneakers can be a part of my life, and every single day, from formal wear to work, I have a lot of sneakers, and I love them all.
Well, I believe it was a tough battle securing the franchise for Foot Locker India. Nissan and Adwaita, I want to know from both of you, what happened at the negotiation table, and how exactly did you crack the deal?
We have a rule that we can only wear what we sell. And so far, I haven't sold a Foot Locker sneaker yet, right? But I can assure you, on the first day, I'm going to switch like Mary and start wearing sneakers 99% of the time, right? And it's really not a question of, what's our favorite sneaker per se, right? It's really about what does the customer want? And that's what makes Foot Locker a very exciting place, Ash.
Yeah, I think, I've got to be honest, I wasn't such a sneakerhead until we started exploring and working on this partnership. And I think it's been a real joy to get to know the story behind so many interesting and fantastic sneaker brands. And right now, I'm loving New Balance and I'm loving the Samba sneakers of Adidas.
I'm focused on the 50 years to come. And again, a brand new opportunity for us to come to India and really, with the help of our partners, tap into what could be a really powerful growth opportunity, which is unlocking sneakerhead culture in India and doing it in a way that, I know people can buy sneakers anytime, anywhere around the world, but what they're going to find differently at Foot Locker is a curated assortment of the best in a place that allows you to really, discover and enjoy trying on, and to have an incredible e-commerce experience, which Nykaa is exceptional at. We know together, and that's important. You have to be an omni-channel retailer to be a successful retailer. So I think about coming to India as like opening up the next 50 years as well.
Mary, I believe in the US there are multiple store formats. This one is a flagship store as I understand it, but there are also different store formats such as the Kids Foot Locker as well. What other formats are we going to witness in India, and what are your expansion plans going forward?
What is the smartest way to enter a market? And I'm humble enough to tell you, we know we don't have all the answers and the expertise. So we often look for partners to help us. And, Metro, and we've worked together before, so this is not the first time. And it's really very clear that their ability to do brick and mortar is unparalleled. And then with Nykaa, this is actually the first time we've done a combination of partners. It's interesting. I got to know Nykaa a bit back when I was in the beauty industry, frankly, when I ran Ulta Beauty in the US. And clearly their expertise around e-commerce is unparalleled. We feel like this is going to set us up for great success as we move forward in the Indian market.
Well, Mary has spoken a fair bit about the partnership. From Nissan and Adwaita, I really want to understand how the offline and online mix is really going to work as far as execution is concerned, and sales mix as well, if you could give a little bit of context on that.
It's a very exciting opportunity for us. As you know, Metro is a leading brick and mortar retailer in India. So on that side, we're very proud to be the brick and mortar partner. But we're also very excited to have Nykaa. And it's going to be as seamless as possible. To you as a consumer, you're not going to know the difference.
I think, just to get into the details of the online execution, we're going to be running footlocker.com as a separate website. But we're also going to be doing a store-in-store format within the Nykaa applications. Nykaa today across our apps, we get over 1 billion visits, per app per year. And that's just a sense of how large, the amplification on online can be for something like footlocker. So obviously, we want to be really smart and sustainable in the type of customers that we attract. I'm not saying that we're going to scale up to that immediately, but that's just the sheer potential that online allows.
Well, Mary, I want to come back to you and really understand where India stands in the whole scheme of things as far as the overall business of footlocker is concerned. What kind of contribution are you looking at from the Indian market specifically?
Yeah, great question. I'd say it's too early really to say that. We are, the leading retailer globally. We're growing market share around the world in the last several couple of quarters, several months, which is very exciting. I think India as a market will be an important part of our future. And again, I think we're approaching this in exactly the right way where we can hit the ground running with excellent partnership, excellent expertise about the consumer market. And frankly, I think we're going to learn things that we can apply to other markets as well.
Well, if I may, Mary, will it be in the top 10 of your priority lists or priority markets for the overall business of footlocker?
Well, we're not speaking to where we're going in the future yet because it's still early. We want to keep that a bit under wraps. But certainly we expect to expand beyond the initial store that we're going to open in Delhi with these partners. And hey, the main expectation is just that we partner together in a world-class way, which I'm not concerned about, right? There are certain standards in terms of how we approach, how we like footlocker stores to look and how we do our marketing. Our teams will work very closely on all of that. And then again, the real magic is for Metro Brands and Nykaa to bring their expertise to the party to help us make sure that we're bringing this to life as in the smartest possible way in the market. So more to come on future plans, but we certainly don't plan to do only one store.
Well, on that note, thank you so much for joining us here on ET Now.
And with that, we'll wind it down on this edition of Startup Central. Thanks so much for tuning in.
There comes a time when your heart calls for you to arise. Plant your feet solid into the ground. Decide your own limits. And then break right through them. Become something more. It's my time to rise.